to this crown era because I realized that this crown era is more encompass of than your crown era. As a coach, hey, if you don't know me, I'm Angelina. I'm a coach. I'm a holistic self-love coach who support women in their crown era. That's 45 and up. That's pre, during, and post menopause to have the best life ever, utilizing your intuition and ensuring that yourself, your soul evolving life force, um, how do I want to say it, expands in the way that you have chosen it to do. So today's video is really talking about. I had this conversation with a gentleman who's a little bit older than me. He's Caucasian, but I've heard this story several times especially over the last 4 or 5 years. Um, and we were talking, and he said he was doing something, and he said, um, I'm not married anymore. And then he looked up at me and gave me eye to eye contact and said, after 33 years, she didn't want to be married to me anymore. And then I acknowledged that, and I acknowledged his hurt and his pain from that. And it caught me off guard a little bit, but then I don't know why, because people talk to me all the time. That's why I went into counseling and therapy and human behavior and psychology and sociology and human development, yada, yada, yada. Um, and but I gave him my empathetic ear. I gave him a silent pause, and I understood where he was coming from because he felt that he had his life partner and he was very disappointed, and it caught me it caught me off guard a little bit, but not that much. So I gave him a different perspective, but I want to give you this perspective when it comes to long-term marriages and how I have seen women after 20 years or 25 years, they decide to have a dissolution of marriage because most women decide for divorce in in this in this time period. Most women initiate divorce, and most women initiate divorce around this time, not because we're going crazy because of menopause or that we've lost our minds or anything like that. It's not a midlife crisis of any sort. It's just a redirection and connection to the self at this point in our lives. And when we have a partner, or if you have a partner that doesn't, who has not seen you as an authentic soul, and you've played a role and wore a mask for your partner year after year after year, decade after decade after decade, you finally just want to just rip that off and just be free, be wild and free, and be authentically you. And a lot of women will rather, I'm not going to say all, y'all don't have to get on me in the comments, but a lot of women will rather be free and authentic than to, how do I want to say it, feel trapped in a relationship for security. They will move into hustle and grind to have the freedom. Women want safety in their homes and to be seen and heard and loved and admired. And men want peace, respect, and love. And when a woman and a man is able to grow together versus be roommates until the children grow up, then that's when you have a more successful marriage on the long term. We have went When I say we, I mean we as humans, especially women, have moved from staying with a partner for security, and so we can have that 50-year marriage or whatever, to I want to be seen, loved, and heard. I want a partnership that grows. I want to be respected. I want not to just be a wife, a mother, and a lover. We have the audacity to want to have a soul purpose and to want to actually utilize that soul purpose out into the world. And many men in my era, in their crown era, in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, if they get a divorce, they no longer, not all, but many of them don't want to be remarried again, because if they married for love, they're still walking around with a broken heart. They still feel that if they do get married, a woman is going to quote unquote take things from them. And women don't want to get married at this point in age, from what I've talked to, or what I've been attracted to. When I say attracted to, when people come talk to me about their long-term marriages, and they say things like, I had to escape, or I couldn't take it anymore, or what other language do they use? I couldn't be free. He wanted to dominate me and I just wanted to live my life. And I feel that that is such a sad byproduct of marriage, when a person feels that they control that person or they own that person. In marriage, you should not be a slave to your partner. Women want way more to than to be a lover, your, all the things. And men want to be more than just a provider. We all want a reciprocal, respectful, soul nurturing relationship with one another. We want to be able to, how do I want to say it? Help me, Spirit. We want to be not just vulnerable with each other, but we want to be so naked with each other. I don't know why that came up, but we want to be able, that to me is paramount. If I can be soul naked with someone and they see me at a soul level, vulnerable, naked, and I'm still received 100% with unconditional love, then that's the partner that we're all looking for. So many people have looked at love with conditions of, you need to do this, you need to do that. And if you don't do it, then I'm out of here. Or if you don't do it, then you don't love me. And that's not unconditional love. That's, not going to say anything else about that, because relationships are not my expertise, because I'm single. I've been single for over 20 years. But when I did marry, I married for love. I married that person because I love them more than anything. We just grew apart. No more, no less. He wasn't going in the same direction as me, and we didn't fight for the marriage. But he's been married again for over 20 years, which is his thing. I've been single for over 20 years. I have not been in a quote unquote steady relationship in that time, not because I couldn't have one, it's because I lived my life differently and I didn't ever wanted to be married again. It is what it is. But yeah, this crown era really has, in this generation of us in this time period, there's a lot of freedom that all of us want to achieve and have and maintain in our lives, because when we have that freedom, we have that peace, and when we have that peace, we're able to maintain pleasure internally and externally. We're able to maintain our prosperity internally and externally, and for us, that is the most rewarding thing that we can do, because then we can exchange our wisdom for respect, love, abundance, community, acceptance, and all those good things. So, yeah, that's it. That's all. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And if any men ever see this, just know that when there are women out there that will love you unconditionally, and women, there are men out there that will love you unconditionally. You just have to realize that there's always going to be a reciprocal within your relationship. There's always going to be polarities, but if you both are willing and able to communicate all the things that are within you, vulnerable, you will be victorious in a long term relationship, be it marriage in the traditional sense or having a partnership. Um, that's a life partner. You know, personally, that's my area. A life partner is something that I'm more than willing to attract at this point in my life. But I love you guys so much. It's Coach Hunt. I have your greatest interest at heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.